morning, Jules here from Joolsedesigns and JT Creations. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do some little stacked envelope pouches. Just let me get my chair. So I've got, normally I use recycled envelopes, but I don't have any tiny recycled envelopes. So what I've got is I've got some envelopes from when I did my card making days, a pack of brown envelopes that I bought a long time ago, and I've got some little tiny cards from when I did my wedding stationery. So this one's just a simple one. So these, I think they're what we call A6 here in the UK. So that's 3.5 inches by just a tiny fraction under 6 inches. And these I think are 3 by, no they're not. They're 11 centimetres, which is 4.3 inches by 2.567, 2.7 inches and 7 centimetres. So it's 11 by 7 centimetres. So all I'm doing is I'm tucking that flap into there when I can get it in. But what I'm going to do is, we don't need this, so I'm going to just roughly cut that off, because all we need, because I'm going to stick this down anyway. And just tuck it in there, and then that one will go there, and we'll cut that one off there. And keep them, they might come in handy for a corner pocket or something. So first of all, I'm going to stick this bit, and I'm going to bring on my messy mat. I'm just checking that it's in there. Yep. If I stick to my messy mat, I know I'm in view with the camera. Okay. So I'm just using a glue stick with this. And just tuck this in here and just push it in until you can fold that flap over easily. And then just stick that one down. Now I'm not going to put anything sort of like books or anything, booklets or anything in there, so I don't need a gusset. If I needed a gusset, then I could have done, I can do this afterwards. And I'm not bothered about these pockets either, because I'm going to cover them with paper. So that's the first part. And then here, I want that one there. So again, I'm just going to cut this off. Oh, I'll have to get some more glue stick. I'm coming to the end, and I'm putting it roughly in the middle. I'm not measuring, just I'm eyeballing it. If it looks right to me, that's fine. And this one will go here. And again, I'm going to put that. Now these envelopes aren't. And this one I'm not cutting the flap off, I'm just leaving it. And I'm just roughly putting this there. And there we have our first stacked envelope. So it opens there. It opens there. We can put a pocket in here. Probably a corner tuck to tuck things in. I'm going to cover them up. I'm not sure if, I think what I'll do is I'll have side openings on them, and then this opens up, and we'll put, I think, a pocket on here because I am going to round the corners. And that one, what I might do is do like a little folder pocket. So now we've got those bits done, I'm going to get my papers. Oh, it's upside down. So which ones have I got left? I've got that one, I've got that one, that one, got that one, and these are just some of the bubble dyed papers that I've been using. So we might use some of them, I don't know yet, but we're definitely going to use these. So I think we'll stick with, I think we'll use this one. And what I'm going to do before I start anything, I'm going to ink round. Now we'll speed this up because the last thing you want to do is see me inking round. And I'm using Vintage Photo. It's Vintage Photo. Now I'm going to cover the brown envelope first. So it's 15 by just over just under 3.5 by just under 6. So I want one, right, I want 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've forgotten what I said. It's just under 6 by just over 3.5. Right. And I'll be back in a minute. So we've got these, and I'm going to ink the edges. I mean, this is copier paper, so the reason I'm using all three together, it just makes it that little bit sturdier. It makes it easier when you're, you know, if you're trying to ink something that's just a piece of paper and it's flapping all over, just put it with another piece of paper or an old piece of card. We've got these. And decide which one we're putting in the front. I think we'll have that one. That looks quite nice. And I'm going to use my art glitter glue because I'm not decided whether I'm going to stitch around this or not. So that's that one. That looks quite nice. And we'll decide, we'll put that one there. And that one there. Now, when I'm doing this, because these are going to be top pockets, I don't want to glue this part down to that, otherwise when you put it in. So what I need to do is I need to do a thin bead of glue round here. So we'll do this side first. And these I'll cut out later, doesn't have to be done now. And the same with this. We want a thin I should have done that with the other side, but never mind. If you've got any loose flaps like that, if you stick them down, because when you're putting things in your pocket, anything, you know, that's flapping about, that's not stuck down, may catch on whatever you're putting in your pocket. So if you're putting a tag in, you know, it might start catching. I've not done it on the other one, so there's nothing much I can do about that. I'm not going to rip the paper off. And put this one down like that. Oop. Sorry about that. That's because I've been moving wires and I've had those ink pads. Oh, I forgot to do 4, didn't I? Silly me. Never mind. We might stick this one into the journal and create a pocket behind it that way or that way. Now what I want is, I want some flaps. I want these done. So it's 2.5 to 2.7 by 4.123, 4.3 by 2.7. And I'm still going to continue with the I want some minutes. No, I'm going to go with this one. I quite like that. 2.7 by 4.2. So had we decided, I'm going to put the clock in that one. and the flower on that one. Now what I do want is I want some ribbon to fasten this. I'm just going to check someone's. Now what I want is I want something to tie this round, and I'm going to use a bit of double-sided sticky tape to get that stuck down initially. And that's about middle, so I'm going with the middle. And stick that down there, and stick that down there, and I'm just going to put another bit, in fact no I'm not, I'm going to use a bit of fabric tack. I'm going to use fabric tack on this one only because there's ribbon involved. Normally I would just use art glitter glue. And I want the flower at the bottom. And what I want to do is I want to fasten it there. So we'll have that there, and I can cut it again if I need to. I'll just put this right across the middle. And again, I'm going to put that one there, and that one there, and I am going to put some double-sided sticky tape over the top of this, just to and then that way we have our closure. And again, as I've said, I will cut that down as and when I need to. So this now goes on here. Just let me put the lid on that. So we have that one, we have that one, we can tie it here. Yep. It's the only thing we're using more than one ribbon. You have to make sure you get them both. that looks nice. And that will open. It's just the flap that I want to get closed. Or if you wanted, if you were using it standalone, you could bring it round like that and fasten it. Anyway, not to worry. So what we need to do now is we need to open the tops. So I've got two there. So I'm just going to take this one to the trimmer. So I've opened the tops, as you can see, so we can put a nice tag in there. And in there, and because we didn't stick the paper down to the flap, now what I need to do is I need to do the top opening for this. And I'm just taking a little slither off, and there we have our top opening for that one. Now, do I want a side? I think I will have a side. Be different. Now, to put a notch in, I've got different, I think that's probably better for the smaller one. Now, these tape, that's halfway. If you see that, I think you can see that arrow there. That's halfway. Now, what I like to do is I like to just do a little bit. I don't like a full, I'm going to take it all down. So what I do is I take it up to the arrow on both sides, and then I just pull it back a little bit. Make sure it's in the middle. And then that's that. And then I can, it's a little bit deeper than I wanted, but never mind. And the same with this one. I'm going to do a bigger one. And again, that one, all these punches seem to have the halfway mark. But on this one, I'm going to watch how I do that. And there we are. Now, if you wanted, you could just put the thumb notch in one side, like the way I'm going to do on the top. So I'm just going to put the thumb notch in. I think we'll just do it in the inside. And I am going to do it to the halfway mark. And the reason being is so that I can have a nice tag. And I'm using the 3.8. Just make sure that the arrow is on both sides. And there we are. And it's just so that I can have a tab there. And again, and what I'm doing is I'm putting the bottom part of the punch inside the envelope. I'm matching up the arrows, and then I'm just moving it along. I'm eyeballing it. If you want to, you know, you can do the measurements, but I'm not that bothered. And there we are. And so we'll get rid of these bits and pieces. And I'm going to I'm going to stick that one down there, in there. I want the other one. Where did it go? Did it go in there? I should have two of these because I've just cut two out. There we are. Right, now what I do is, because you've got that material, because you've got that there, and you can put another piece of paper in if you want, but what I find is the most easiest is to glue this down. Unless you like the, you know, the craft coloured paper. Sometimes I do leave it, sometimes I stamp it or just colour it with a pen, but I like to do this. And then what I do is I ink round there, and then you get a little tab top there. So I'll ink this one while I've got the blending tool in my hand. And put that down, and you can match the paper up perfect, you know, so if you don't ink it, it could be like a hidden tuck spot. And there we have it. And there I've got some, and that's what I'm saying about the papers. I just print them off. And I'm looking for one. I think we'll have a jazzy one in here. And I did print on the back, so we've got, you know, there on the back. And I think that might be too, not tall enough. Might need to do another one for that one. I've got some for this one. This one hasn't been and this one's going on the top, so I want it and I'm going to do the corners. And I am going to stamp that and colour it, and I'm going to do the corners on here. Now, if you do the corners, you might need to re-stick them, depending on... Oh. Put it in that way. So it's the... It was this that was stopping it. I don't need to re-stick that. So we've got something in there. We're making something for this, and I am going to use bits of vellum that I'm going to use as tab tops. Just folding it in half. Put the ripped bit on that side and the non-ripped bit on that side. And we'll just staple it in. I've got some nice yellow staplers. And it says, sending love your way. Take it one stitch at a time. Celebrate your day. There's every beautiful reasons to be happy. Oh, there's many beautiful reasons to be happy. That's nice. So that's the one that we're going to put on. I'm just getting my stamp block. And I am going to do it with the vintage photo just to match the there you are. There are so many beautiful reasons to be happy. It's beautiful. And we shall put that in here. Like that. So we have that one, that one. Now I'm going to put, where's that other piece? There we are. So we've got our tab tops there. So then we want our 2 tags there. Now I have already got lots of tags that are made. So I like that one. That's got the tag in it. So that's a tag in a tag. And I'm going to put that one in there. And again, we've got the little taggy bits sticking out. And that one's another tag in a tag. So we'll put a little birdie card in there. My desk's a muddle again. I did try and keep it tidy. So there we have it. So we've got our tag there. Whoops. And I did say we were going to put a pocket in the middle, and I've not done that. Tag there. Yeah. All right, so we'll put a pocket, and what I'm using is I'm using one of these. And there we have it. So we can put our little bits of a ephemera in there. There's a nice letter there. And have we got anything else? Any little bits? Oh yes, we've got some nice Got some nice tags there. Perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a bit off this. So many ways, beautiful ways to be happy. And there we are. And then that's not so long for me to fasten it down. And there we are. One very beautiful stacked envelope pocket. So easy to make. And I will do, I might do a few of these to go in the journal because they're so pretty. So what I will do now is I will stick that in the journal. It will go in the journal as pages. Not necessarily the page that I'm picking, but it will go in the journal like that. I'm going to have that as a pocket there, and then what I'll do is I'll put a flap there to keep that down. So I've got some sort of like pointer slide closures, or you can use a card circle and just turn it, or a shape. But yeah, that's so pretty, and it does look nice with the pages. Okay, so I hope you get something out of that. Hope you try it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.